What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl, Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you were at it, go ahead and click the thumbs up button to like this video. Because what? It's an easy and free way to help support my channel because we are trying to do what? We are trying to grow. Say it with me. Growth. Okay. I'm happy to be with y'all, but obviously it's like my mood is completely damper for the day due to the sad news that we got. But I'm gonna let y'all come on in. Come on in, come on in. Happy Monday. I miss you guys. Child, I've been sick. I want y'all to understand the way that I'm talking right now. This is the best my voice has sounded in like a week. Well, last Tuesday we did the interview with Terry Allen, aka Duffy from BMF. That was amazing. Shout out to Terry Allen. Shout out to my panel. It was me. It was Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. It was Brillo, the Big Review. It was Shayna. And we had Tiffany from The Spot Real Talk. It was an amazing interview. You guys, please go check it out if you missed it. But yeah, that was the last day I was able to talk. The rest of the week, I had no voice. I had to go back to the doctor to get new medicine because the shit wasn't working. Like up until 2 days ago, I still was feeling like shit. So y'all, yeah. I'm glad to be back with y'all. I'm glad to look halfway decent, put some damn makeup on. I'm happy to get on camera and run my mouth with you guys. Although I'm not liking my lighting tonight. Like it's not doing what I want it to do. Like, so I'm kind of irritated. But anyway, what's up, y'all? Y'all get in the comments. Let me know you here. You know, I like to have like the interaction. I like the crowd participation. So please, y'all, don't be shy. Come on in. Introduce yourself. Say hello. Show me who you at, where you from. If you new here, say what's up. Hi, William. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that because your girl was like, the thing is, I'm still not like 100% better. I'm still stuffy. I just lost my voice 2 days ago. Then it came back. My throat was sore yesterday and this morning. Like I'm going through the shit. I got new medication. So I'm literally starting new medication as of Saturday. So, but yes, thank you, William. I appreciate you. Everybody else, come on in. We in for, I was going to say we're in for a treat. We're really not because I do want to talk about, I have to talk about something like that's really sad that just happened. We just lost another legend in the Black community of, you know, entertainment and things like that. So, yeah, I guess just get into it really. Y'all, I was just like y'all, minding my business like I always do. Shout out to Funky Doniva, minding my business like I always do. And it's like, I was just scrolling. Don't we always have the same story when someone like drastically and dramatically passes away? It's like you just scrolling, and all of a sudden, I see Malcolm-Jamal Warner's name, and I said no. And I literally like, you know, when you gasp, like you're just like, oh, it was a genuine gasp in shock. I don't think anyone could have predicted that. So yeah, guys, I can't even talk. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, best known as his role as Theo on the Cosby Show, tragically and unexpectedly passed away yesterday, Sunday, July 20th, in Costa Rica. Him and his family were in Costa Rica on vacation. And it appears, you guys, that he got caught in a really bad current in the ocean, and it pulled him just deeper into the ocean, and he basically drowned. Oh my God, it's really it's I mean he was only 54. Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Department stated that per a report obtained by the Associated Press, the actor was swimming at Playa. Ooh, I don't want to pronounce. I can't pronounce that. Something when a current pulled him deeper into the ocean. Although he was rescued, and though he was rescued by people on the beach soon after, first responders state that he was dead when they found him, y'all. So there was really no reviving him. There was an attempt made, I think, allegedly. There was an attempt, but he was already deceased when they found him, when they rescued him. Golly. I just don't know. You guys, I want more of y'all to come in before I like dive deep in this shit. What the hell everybody at? What's going on Monday? I'm trying to see, are other people live right now? And I have someone that might come on. I need to see if he's still able to join me. Hold on, y'all. There's like 50 things going on in my head right now. And even as I read the article about what happened, I'm still obviously like perplexed, and I'm still taken aback. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all are catching me in a very like authentic moment right now. There's 50 things going on, and I'm reading this article, and it's very shocking. I don't know what to say. Like, this is not anything that anybody could like predict. And I think for me, that is like one of the scariest things for me when it comes to life, is just how unpredictable life can be. Like, hold on, what the damn it, StreamYard. I'm sick of this shit. Hold on, y'all. I'm over here getting all fucking deep and intellectual, and goddamn StreamYard want to be a bitch. What the hell? What the hell? Y'all know StreamYard like updated their stuff, so it's like, what? I be sick of this shit with Stream. Y'all hold on, because StreamYard changed and they really fucking up my vibe, because I'm over here trying to be fucking deep and sentimental, and I can't even do what I need to do because they done changed the whole, like, what is this? I'm so confused. Y'all bear with me. Maybe I'm being slow. Golly, I don't like when they do these stupid ass updates. God damn, it's messing me up. Shit. Off my game right now. God damn it. One of the things that really scares me about life is how unpredictable life is. It's like, I know it sounds cliche, but there is something very unsettling about not knowing when your time is going to be up, not knowing when or how it's going to happen. Like, there was like footage of him, like, I guess like maybe I think probably a fan captured it via TMZ. There was a fan who was on the flight, like, who boarded the flight with him like a week ago. And Malcolm was happy. Malcolm was happy. I put the wrong name. Lord Jesus, be offense, y'all. I am off my shit. We're gonna blame the medication. We're gonna blame the medication, because a bitch is off. I didn't spell the man's name wrong in the title of the video. Lord Jesus, be offense. He looked so happy when he was boarding the plane. Like, he looked so happy. And it's just like, when this man woke up yesterday, he did not know that was going to be his last day on earth. Like, those are the things that gives me chills, you guys. Like when I think about that shit, it is something so scary and humbling. Like, and that is why we really have to, as fucked up as this life is, and trust me, I'm going through personal stuff right now. Life be fucked up, but there is still such a beauty about life that we do have to appreciate while we're here. And it's just, it is scary and it is humbling. Like he literally woke up yesterday morning and had no idea that that was going to be his last day on earth. Like that is chilling. And I just, it's heartbreaking because it's just like, God dang it, it could have been prevented. Like, so for me, I know how to swim. That doesn't mean I'm the best swimmer, but I know how to swim. However, I swim in the pool. I swim where I know the shit is 5 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet in the swimming pool. Okay, no problem. I know how to swim in the swimming pool. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, for those that don't swim, swimming in a pool and swimming in the ocean is two different things. Hold on, I gotta edit this because I look like a jackass that I misspelled his name. Jesus Lord, that's what happens when you are going too fast. How do I edit the title of a video while I'm in? Oh, here we go. Yeah, y'all, swimming in an ocean is like very different than swimming in a pool. And those currents in the water, those currents in the ocean, you guys, I'm going to tell you guys a story that I think I've told. Please edit. What the fuck? The stream must be scheduled in the future and within one year. Bitch, what are you talking about? Okay. Y'all, I'm about to cuss the out of StreamYard. I've only told this story once, and I told it recently. I don't even know how it came up. Obviously, we were talking about drowning or something recently. I had a near drowning experience several years ago now. I was much younger, but I was old enough. I'm trying to think, was I in college? I was like in my 20s. I was in my young, was I my young? Yeah, I was in my young 20s. I had a near drowning experience with someone. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't know if they want me to reveal that because it was very traumatic. And I think I've only told the story twice. And so, and I kind of just like, it really is crazy as humans how we can kind of like push stuff in the back of our head, our memory bank, and just like suppress stuff. So I had a very scary near drowning experience where like a lifeguard had to save me and someone else. And basically what happened was I was in the Bahamas. I'm trying to edit this. StreamYard is pissed. When I tell y'all StreamYard is pissing me off. Okay, why can't okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just off my shit right now. I had a near drowning experience many, many years ago in the Bahamas. Basically, me and a family member were in the pool. And however, we were doing like water slides. So there was water slides. And mind you, these are mini water slides that we were on. They're not even like really anything intense. What had happened was the water slide, it was two. So you go down one, you get out, and then you go down another one and you get out. The issue with this water slide is when you would come off this particular water slide, even though it was within a pool, there was a current. And I know it sounds crazy because you're thinking it was a huge pool. We're talking in the Bahamas. There was a current that came through from the water, like the waterfall and the water slide. It was like a waterfall right near the water slide, and that was producing a current. Okay. And then the water slide itself was producing another current. So it was always like, I told this family member, I thought we were in agreement. When you get off that water slide, I told them you have to swim fast to get out of that specific area that has said current. This relative was a little younger than me, an adult, but younger than me. And they were not able to swim out of that as quickly as I was. So, me and a relative, my relative almost drowned. I was trying to save said relative. And in that moment, I was drowning trying to save them. And a lifeguard had to save us. So when I tell you guys that was the scariest thing I ever experienced in my entire life. And that was just a current from a water slide. Imagine a current in the ocean. Y'all, I have my guest on to just kind of chat with me about the passing of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Y'all already know who this is, man. OG in the game. Lamont Tyson.
What is going on, people? What's going on, my sister?
Yes, thank you for joining me on a very impromptu live. I didn't even promote it the way I should have. So replay crew, y'all know what to do, honey. Y'all come up in here later and run the likes up. How are you doing, Lamont? On kind of a very sad day. I don't think any of us saw this tragedy happening with Malcolm-Jamal Warner. I mean, this brother has been very active. He's actively working. He just dropped an episode of his podcast a few days ago where his podcast really focuses a lot on like mental health and just a lot of things in the Black community and just being better humans. And on vacation, man, with his family, something that a lot of us do often. It's just another day, right? A summer vacation with your family. He's probably in between projects, and this was his time to just have some alone time with his wife and child. I mean, what were your initial thoughts when you read the report?
When I saw this, I was actually working out and I had to stop. I felt like I was punched in the gut and I lost a real life brother. I grew
Mm,
up watching him on the Cosby Show. And if people go to my channel, I just dropped a video where I gave him a shout out. And I remember my favorite moment from the Cosby
mm,
Show was
mm.
when he had on that Gordon Guttrell shirt. And
Oh, I wish I
that,
really saw. I know what
yeah, man, that was the moment for me. And I followed his career beyond that.
you.
And then recently he was on a show that was um, fictitiously based in Atlanta called The Resident. He
Mm-hmm.
actually kind of came in and took over when Morris Chestnut left.
Yep.
And I loved this character because at first he had him as an a-hole, but he started getting soft on one of his students who was equally as much as an a-hole. And
Mm.
they kind of got soft together. He was
Wow.
a brilliant surgeon. His acting talent was just on par, and
Mm.
so I felt like I lost a friend. And when I
Yeah.
read that it was a drowning situation and an undercurrent, I um I immediately said to myself, this is why we put our kids in swim lessons, and this is why I would encourage people to learn how to swim. And even if you do learn how to swim, you got to be careful where you go swimming because those undercurrents can pull even Michael Phelps underneath
Anybody.
and not survive. Yeah, anybody. I don't care how good you can swim.
I don't care
And
how
so
good.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm devastated. He was a girl dad. He had his daughter
Yep.
late like I did. He was
Yep.
54, daughter's like 7, so he was like older than me when he had his child. And I can only imagine the pain that that girl is going through because I hear she was a daddy's girl and the wife. And just shouts out to his family, to his friends, and all of Hollywood that is currently missing the brother right now.
Ooh. Um, I was sharing before you hopped on that many years ago, I I've never really said it out loud. I drowned. Like I was drowning.
What?
And I had to, yeah. I was in the Bahamas. This is many years ago. And I was with
Okay.
a relative, a very close relative. We were in the Bahamas. We were in a pool. However, we were coming off of a water slide. This particular water slide, even though it wasn't intense, it wasn't the big dramatic ones you see, but the water slide in this particular pool, the water slide produced a current. So
Uh-oh.
I had the current of the water slide, and then in that same pool, there was nearby was a waterfall. So there was essentially two currents very in close proximity. Whoever constructed the pool, very negligent because, again, anyway, I basically, so I told this relative, I was like, look, when you get off the water slide, you have to swim as fast as you can to get out the current. They were younger than me, but they were, I thought, old enough to kind of catch that. Follow the instructions, baby. I got off that water slide, and your girl, I could swim. Like Lamont, when my family moved us from New York to Atlanta, within the first 3 years, we were swimming. They weren't playing that.
Okay.
So in the South, we're more prone to going to pools and having, so it's just shout out to my parents for making sure that we could swim. Anyway, my relative did not catch my drift. They got caught in the current. I, of course, protector, went to go try to save them. I can swim. I can't save nobody though. You have to be a trained life. You know what I mean? You have to be trained to save someone in the water. You know what I mean? And we both were essentially drowning, and a lifeguard had to come and save both of us. And so I can tell you guys from that incident, which was to this date the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Drowning is like a very weird thing, at least in my situation, because it's like, and I'm sure most people can relate who have drowned or drowned. Like, you're very consciously, like, that's the effed up part. You're actually consciously aware. Like, you're drowning. Like, you know it. Like, it's happening to you. Like, you're drowning. Even if you can swim, it's like I said, I can swim, but that current, when I tell you, Lamont, and I had two currents, it is so fucking scary. So my heart goes out to like anyone who goes out that way, like, and that's the end of the same thing happened to Naya Rivera. Remember a few years ago, Naya Rivera from Glee?
Oh yeah.
She was on the boat trying to save her kid. It's a very scary thing, and it breaks my heart because, like I was saying a few minutes ago, Malcolm was probably on a family vacation. The brother's probably in between projects. This is his family time. Lamont, as a working family man, how important it is to try to have those moments with your loved ones, get away. It's just something that was supposed to be so innocent and so just like what we do every day turned into a tragedy. And just on a deeper note, because this is deep, one of the scariest things for me, Lamont, in life, and I'm sure you can relate, is it not like really scary knowing that like we don't know when our time will be up? I know we say that all the time, but I say it humbly because yesterday Malcolm-Jamal Warner woke up and he had no idea that was going to be his last day on earth. And when I'm an empath, so I do think that way when people pass, especially like that, something so tragic and unexpected. And it's humbling. It's very scary. It's very chilling to know, like, it was a regular day for him. You know what I mean? A regular day with his family. And he didn't survive that. And it's just, I don't even really have the words. Tragic. Just straight tragedy. Like,
I was shocked when I heard it was drowning, because when I first seen that he died, I'm thinking to myself, did you go like Chadwick Boseman? You had a health issue and you didn't tell anybody. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way, because dude looked great.
Yeah.
The B-54 dude was a stud. I was like, there was no way he could have been sick. And then when I read that he drowned, my heart sank, because I was just talking to my wife about what's a worse death, being on fire or drowning. Because if you've never had to have water, because it feels like when you're drowning, it feels like your lungs are on fire. And
yes, but it can happen quick. I think dying in a fire is the worst way you can go out. I always think of
one of the worst.
I always go to 9/11, and you have to think those people jumped out of window, hand in hand, because that's how intense. that's something that I know it's kind of dark, you guys. I'm sorry, but it's just that is something that always stay with me. And it's just like, I mean, have you ever been burned by something? I mean, anyway, yeah, don't get me wrong. Drowning is scary too, because like I said, it happened to me, and you're consciously aware. I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all. It happened really fast. Like I was about to lose consciousness. And I remember, like, I really do remember the lifeguard came. I saw him, like, he dove in, but I didn't see him jump in the water. I just saw like a figure. You know, lifeguards have the big red. I saw that coming towards me. But when I tell you, I was going out of it. So drowning is scary because you're consciously aware. I am drowning right now. Like, it's very fucking scary. And that was, like I said, guys, I was beating a current, but that was in a pool. Y'all, swimming, I don't care who you are, even if you're Michael Phelps, swimming in the ocean is a different ball game than swimming in a motherfucking swimming pool. I'm telling you, can drown in a pool, but ocean. And even when I go to the beach with my family and friends, I mean, my parents, you know, I got a black mama, so it ain't too much of, all right, now don't go too far. You know, it's just, I never go too far, because even at my big ass age, she still to this day is like, okay, y'all, not too far. Like, to this day, my mom tells me, don't go too far out there. So it's always been very instilled in me. I don't care if I'm in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Miami. I do not, y'all, when I say I be damn near where the sand is, you know, I get in the water. I love the water, you guys. I'm a black girl who swims. I love to swim. I love the water. But the ocean is just I've just always known the dangers of the ocean. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, and now I have so many questions. I'm going to do research on the resort that he was in, because I think they did release like the area specifically in Costa Rica where he was at. But I'm just curious, because certain oceans, they do have a line. I'm sure you've seen it in the water, Lamont, at the in the beaches and stuff. They'll have a line where they're all right now, and sometimes the line goes far out, but it's not obscenely far. Like, it's like, all right, now y'all can go deep, but y'all can't go that deep. So I'm just curious, and I know we're talking Costa Rica, so who knows? You know, I just don't know how far he was. So when I first read Drowning, before I read Costa Rica, I was like, okay, I have questions. Was he at his home? Did he drown in a pool? Did he drown in a tub? Are we like, I'm over here, I'm spiraling now. And then when I read the Costa Rica thing, I was like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, just because we know how intense the currents are. And it's just, I don't know, guys, something like this, when it's so random and it's almost like a freak accident, if you will, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a health issue. It wasn't a car crash, which those things are just as tragic. And those things can happen to any of us. It's something about like a freak accident, like that, it's just like very WTF, right, Lamont? Like, it's a what the moment, like, because
it just makes you appreciate the fact that you, on one hand, you have to live every day to the fullest, while you're also preparing for the future, not knowing if there is going to be a future. So that's where some financial people, some priests, some therapists, they get in this quagmire with people who's just like, well, tomorrow's not promised. Well, that's the truth. But at the same time, you do have to plan as though tomorrow is promised. There's got to be a balance of, tomorrow's not promised, but if tomorrow does come, am I going to be prepared for it? And when you hear the story like this, there is no way anyone plans to go on vacation and think that tomorrow's not coming. When he was probably 25, there's no way, if you were to ask him how did he think he's going to die, he would have never said, I'm going to be drowning while I'm on vacation with my young daughter and my wife. He would have never said that.
Asked him that a month ago. I'm going to pull up a clip, and this is hold on, I don't want to be wrong. If it's not 2025, this is from 2024. This is very recent. I think this is actually this year. He did this. Melissa Ford has a podcast. He's talking about his legacy. This is a few months ago, guys.
And in the blink of an eye,
you never know.
You never know. So speaking of legacy, what do you hope that your legacy is going to be? a tough question, huh?
Yeah, especially
Kids help with the
because
legacy
as
question, right?
yeah, I mean, and because I'm 54, I
Mm.
think about that a lot. So it's interesting. I remember my mother said to me one time that Mr. Cosby gave you immortality,
Facts. That is very true.
right? So I know on one lane, there's legacy there, but also because my life, those former years were always about life beyond Cosby, right? So I feel like, okay, there's that legacy there, but then because I've had this full life, after that show, there's another lane of legacy that I get to leave, and I'm still working through that. There is part of me that I will be able to leave this earth, knowing and people knowing that I was a good person. And I talked to my dad. I talked to him yesterday, and what he said to me often, people love you, and people are always talking about, your career and your success and all of that. He said, but what really makes me the most proud is that you are a good person. And I had it from my dad.
That's wonderful.
But I'm a good person because my dad's a good person. That's a whole nother thing. Yeah. It is possible to walk through this world, and with all of the darkness in the world, it is possible to maintain your soul and be a good person.
It is. It definitely is.
Whoo. I'm like holding back tears.
He said a mouthful on that one because especially as minorities, Black folks, Spanish folks, and women, and even women that are minorities. I even put that subgroup. We're living in dark days right now, and to try to be a good person, considering the way the leadership is in this country and the way they have allowed people to act like hate is a winner, it's hard to get up and smile every day. It really is. And to still have him wake up and be a good person. And one legacy that he has left that he didn't even mention is that daughter. That 7-year-old daughter, God bless her, because I know she's paining right now, but she's going through her mind every moment they spent together.
Yeah.
Every moment that she could climb on her daddy's back. And you can cool believe she is going to live her life trying to be the legacy that she thought her daddy would hope for her to be. Whatever that is, she's going to do that. And it bothers me to see a girl dad who's that active in the life.
And very young.
Get cut so quick.
And his wife, I mean,
for sure the wife, but
it's both. Because as a spouse, you're not thinking in a blink of an eye, I'm about to do this shit on my own. That's like a whole nother. It's I'm not comparing pain. It's just it's a different pain. It's
a different pain. It's a different pain, and I just wonder.
Shocking.
I hope that whole family has the tools in place to. I don't even want to say cope. I want to say the tools in place to help them deal with the type of mental angst they're going to be having over the next couple of weeks.
Correct. I just, I will say as I get older, I'll be 35 in September. And I know it's young, but we can't negate 35. You're growing in a different level of life. And as you get older, you're no longer really protected or shielded, right? Like once you hit a certain age, you're just exposed to life's ups and downs. And I do think one thing that I've been exposed to more as I've gotten older is obviously death and mortality. And it's like, you think as you get older, kids or no kids, you do think about your own death. You think about your parents' death, your own death, your friend, it's not like when you're young and naive and you think everyone's gonna live until a certain age and like everybody's gonna like die. Like people in my family, they live in like I don't know what they was feeding them back in the day, but my grandma died last year, 96. My grandfather died 2018, 88. My
Wow.
aunt just passed away this year, 93. Like, it's just, so when you get older now and you're losing people like my age or like in the age, it's just like you start to think about your own mortality. And it just, I know we say it all the time, y'all. I know it sounds cliche, but like literally none of us, I mean, anything could happen to us at any time, at any moment, any day, which I find to be very scary. It also is humbling. And there's something beautiful about him. And there's only a few people that have passed that I've seen interviews where they say this. I'm just mentioning her off the top of my head. Aaliyah. Aaliyah is another person who, in her final, like last year or two, she did an interview with MTV and they asked her about legacy. It's very chilling because it was literally a few months before she died. Very chilling. And she, ran through her list of, what she wants to be remembered as. And, she went through it in the end, after she did the accolades and the accomplishments, she said, and I also want to be remembered as a good person. And it's like, she said that over 20 years ago, when she died in 2001. And it's like, every time I see that clip from MTV, it's so chilling because here you have a person who's a human, but she was a Hollywood star, whatever. I don't think people realize how big Aaliyah was and how the girl was signed to be on all the Matrix movies. Like, she was going to be in the Matrix. A lot of people don't know. Aaliyah was the next like Hollywood actress. Like, they were putting her on. And for her to accomplish what she accomplished and for her to still care about being a good person, that always struck me. And to hear Malcolm say that after everything he's accomplished and his years in Hollywood and all of it, just speaks to the integrity of him as a human. Like, forget the accolades on a human level. And it's just, I can relate because I know when my time comes, that's something that matters to me, is that people felt like I was a good person, flaws and all. I want people to be able to say that about me too. And it's like the fact that he felt that and he, like, you know what I mean? On a human level, it was like, yeah, no, I want people to know that I'm a good person. Like, I just think there's only so many people in the world who care and like think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially now, like you said, in a time where it is brutal out here. It's a dog eat dog world. People don't care about basic human rights. People don't care about anything. So it was very humbling. It was very touching. And I will say, everyone, especially Black people, because life is so unpredictable, Lamont, I'm sure you can agree, we have to have those uncomfortable conversations with each other as family members. It's actually very ironic. A few weeks ago, I said this to my older sister and my mom. I was like, guys, we got to talk about, like, kind of, I said it casually. I was like, well, at my funeral, I da-da-da. And my little sister was like, oh my God, I don't want to think about that. I was like, I don't want to think about that either. I was like, but we don't know. And then my mom was like, you're right. She was like, you are right. And then my sister chimed in, my older sister, she's like, well, I want to be buried back in New York. My oldest, y'all never met her, but she diehard New Yorker. She's like, y'all better take me back to New York. So it's just, Lamont, you're a family man. You know those conversations are uncomfortable, but you're also a businessman, and I'm sure you got stuff set up. But do you want to talk about how important that is in the Black community to have those conversations about funeral arrangements and assets and financial stuff and who gets what? And do you want to just speak? It just came to me. I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but what do you think about that?
First of all, shout out to everybody that's come here. Hello, Rashonda. Hello, Juan.
Yes.
DeMarcus, everybody in the building. We appreciate y'all coming for this kind of conversation. And even if you don't have kids, if you have some family members, it's very important to, at the very foundation, get term life insurance, especially while you're young. Because the older you get, the more expensive it becomes, the harder it becomes to get. And life insurance, term life insurance, is there to protect your loved ones when you die. to ensure that the assets that you have can be paid for, that your funeral arrangements can be paid for, and then there's a little left over for the loved ones, because nothing can help them cope with the pain, but knowing that there's not any liabilities on their plate to deal with, because there is something sitting aside is good to have. So that's foundation. Then after that, if you have kids or if you have family, even if you don't have those things, it is important for you to either get a will or a trust, so that the government can't step in and take whatever assets you have, whatever bank account you have, whatever it is, and they divvy it out. And if you are a big family that's got sisters and aunties, that conversation needs to be had tomorrow. When you open your eyes, you need to be calling a meeting to set that up. My wife knows if I kick the bucket, I don't want there to be no money spent on me. And we've got life insurance on both of us. I want my body to be donated to science. You have a little memorial for people to, have a little memorial for people to come see me, give out the organs that are working that people need, and then give it to science, no fee. Take a picture with my body if you want to, Elle and Ellis and wife, and then give it away. And all my life insurance goes to a trust for Elle and Ellis and the wife. And we've got things in a will and a trust so that both kids can be taken care of justly and fairly. And the wife, if something were to happen, can be taken care of too, and vice versa. So those are conversations you need to have with loved ones so that it can be done. So that when the time comes, there's no scurrying around where people take advantage of you when they know you're at an emotional state. And I hate to just call out Black funeral parlors, Phaedra, but they know good and damn well when you're emotional, they'll come in there and get you to buy the Burrowwood casket. What the hell you need that for? What the hell you need to be paying $15,000 for a casket for? It's going to be in the ground permanently. Don't go in debt and then be stressing that, plus stressing the loss of your loved one, because the funeral home is telling you need to send them to the pearly gates in style. No, their soul is going to arrive in style, whether you put them in a box or whether you burn them to ashes. You have to take care of you and create a legacy for them. And it's hard to do that if you start out by burying them in debt.
Thank you, Lamont. Honestly, I'm a creative, and as I was talking, it just came to me. I'm happy that we talked about that, because that's a real part of death that we don't talk about, and we damn sure don't talk about it in the Black community. Now, luckily, the last few years, I have gotten more knowledgeable of it. I do have some friends that sell life insurance, so I've had these conversations, and still, y'all, I don't have shit set up. I need to, not that I have. Anyway, y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all. Whatever you got, baby, even if it's a little something.
Yeah.
If it's a little something, you want it to go to someone that you love. You don't want it to be robbed. You know what I mean? So whatever it is, baby. Now, Lamont, I know you have to go in a second. I do. We have an audio from Bill Cosby speaking on the death, of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. So I do want to play that.
What? He done spoke already?
Yeah. So it was a phone interview.
Wow.
I do my research, baby.
I know. Good gracious sake.
Never had the opportunity to meet him as you did. We remember, that scene where you said, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. Knowing him, how will you remember him?
Like innocent, truthful, and he knew when to just walk away from a conversation without being rude. Malcolm did his best. He was always a great studier, and I enjoyed working with him very much.
You all have not spoken for a while, right?
No, that's not true. Malcolm calls here regularly. Okay. And my reputation with him is he doesn't need to talk. He needs to listen.
Okay.
Well, that's not true at all, but I just have information to give to him in the belief that my Cosby grandfather gave information. And I always thought that that's the kind of grandfather I would be. He was very professional, 54 years old, and always studied, always knew his part. He would have been one of Spencer Tracy's favorite actors. He never bumped into the furniture. He always knew his lines, and he always knew where to go.
Most of us never had the opportunity to meet him as you.
Wow. Very sad. I think there's another. He said that. Hold on. Hold on. I want to misspeak. I thought I saw something else about something that Cosby said. You know, regardless of the controversy with Cosby, it's still gotta be just tragic to see someone who he probably looked at as like a son. You know, it's hard to. I mean, you're not thinking you're gonna lose this man at 54. You know, no one's thinking that he's gonna die before Cosby.
Right.
So it's tragic, and of course, I know the cast. I'm sure when someone dies like this, some people speak out right away. I don't think the person I know I probably couldn't. Like if we're close and you meant something to me, I'm probably still trying to wrap my head around what the freak happened. I know him and Keisha Knight are still pretty close. I think she was on a recent episode of his podcast, literally like a couple months, this year, as of a few months ago. So I know it's shocking. Several people have come out. Several celebrities have come out to show their love.
Wendell Pierce, Waiting to Exhale, Wendell Pierce.
Yes, I saw that too.
One of like the best people in Hollywood, loved and adored Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Morris Chestnut said something about him. Yes. They recently worked together.
He was with Angela Bassett last year on the season of 911, her hit show on Fox. The brother was acting. Like you said, The Resident. The Resident, 911 was just last year. Let me see. Alert Missing Persons Unit. He was in a few episodes of that. I mean, he was active. I saw that he got into music and he would do different performances with people. I think him and Lettucey became really tight. Tracy
He was
Ellis
a poet.
It was a poet. Yeah. And as a creative, when you are a creative, you sometimes do tap into different lanes. You know what I'm saying? So it's natural. And it's really nice to see that. He lived a full life, right? It was cut short, but I like watching some of his interviews, hearing how he spoke about his career in life. You can tell that he was fulfilled. Like, not that he wanted to end, but you could tell like he enjoyed his journey. Like he enjoyed his journey in life. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's very beautiful.
He got some things accomplished in multiple layers. As he said, he had one legacy secure. Now he was working on the other part of the legacy. And, when you can get to that point, I don't want to say you're ready to die, but you kind of feel like if I kick the bucket, I know I have accomplished enough in life that at the very least people can say he done this and he did it in a kind way, in a giving way, and he did it with a smile. And, I think that's going to be one of the lasting legacies of Malcolm. And I was just having a talk with my homeboy just the other day about how we're getting older. I'm 45. He's like 40-ish, 40, something like that. And we was talking about how a lot of the people we watched when we was kids and teens are older than us and are starting to die. And, it kind of crystallized, we're on deck next. Like over the next 20 years, we're moving into that realm that some of us, me and him, we still feel fairly young. Nicole, we still feel young at heart and, in spirit, but to know we're so close to touching 60s. Like
it's so funny you said that. There's another blogger that I listen to, a YouTuber, and he actually said the same thing a few weeks ago. He's 42, 43, and he said the same thing as you. He was like, he had an epiphany. Like, he was like, wait, like, he's like, my friend group, we're entering that stage of like what you just articulated. And I can feel that, but I'm kind of also like perplexed that, you know, younger people are dying. Like, people are dying younger. There are women in their 30s getting breast cancer. Look at Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was diagnosed of colon cancer in his 40s. That should have never happened. You know what I mean? There's kids, there's teenage boys, athletes dropping down, football practice of heart attack. Like, people are dying younger. And I think I have my whole thing about that, science, medical. We could talk about that another time, but it does humble you. And then it also makes you sad, because it's like, when you think of a life cut so short, like, think of a 20-year-old passing. It's like, oh, like, if I went tomorrow, God forbid, Jesus, no. If I did, I can still say, damn, I lived a really nice life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived a really nice life, and I'm very, very thankful. Like, I'm very thankful. And that doesn't mean that I don't have hardships. That doesn't mean my life is perfect. My life is a shit show sometimes, but
mine too.
Okay. But there is something beautiful about growth. And I do attest this to God. It's something about having God in your life that even in the hard times, when you can still find gratitude. I know if I didn't have God in my life, and if I didn't have spiritual people around me to hold me accountable, like, I wouldn't have that faith. I wouldn't have that optimism, even in the midst of a storm. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna let it go now, child, because I'm about to have my Iyanla Van Zant moment. Now, I know you gotta go. I want you to say to be messy with me. I'm about to get into Shannon Sharpe, nigga. But
well, before I go, what did he do? What happened? I don't even know what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. What happened?
You don't know. Your uncle. You don't know.
You talking about the same thing about the white girl?
The settlement.
Oh, he settled?
Yes, auntie. You need to stay on for give me 5 more minutes. 5.
Okay, you got 5. You got 5. You got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it. You don't even know the nigga settled. Look at you.
No.
You've been in your bubble. You've been in a bubble.
I don't even pay attention to like the entertainment stuff, because it's so much it's so much stuff going on that affects people's lives day to day. That's what I'm paying attention to.
I'm gonna be real with you, Lamont. To keep my sanity, I have to still kind of like know about the salacious, silly stuff, because, like you said, I'm
not knocking you. Yeah,
no.
I'm not knocking you.
I'm telling you, as your little sister, the other stuff that's happening right now, I'm very having anxiety all the time, and it's okay. I do want to have another conversation with you, and we'll talk offline, because I want to have a conversation with you about what's happening. And just really, I want to give from a millennial standpoint, because I don't think people who are not millennials don't realize like the challenge that millennials have, you know, being raised by boomers, right? Being raised in a certain era, in a certain America that we were conditioned to believe was going to exist forever, and seeing it snowball into something that you catch my drift. So yeah, let's talk. But like I said, I have to keep my sanity, and Shannon Sharpe paying this bitch $50 million.
What?
Yeah, let me pull it up, brother. Yeah, Unc went out bad. Shannon Sharpe and Accuser reached settlement in $50 million rate. Now let me see. Did he actually pay her 50, or was the quote? Yeah. Woo! Shannon Sharpe has settled a 50. That's 50, you guys. $50 million RAPE and smexual schmalt lawsuit that was filed against him earlier this year. Tony Busby, the attorney of the woman who filed the lawsuit, confirms to People magazine that he and Sharpe's lawyers have reached a mutually agreed settlement. Both sides acknowledge a long-term, consensual, and tumultuous relationship. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I am pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. Shannon Sharpe's attorney, Lanny Davis, declined to comment.
As he should, fucking asshole.
And let me tell you, decline. Let me tell you how much this bitch. Can I curse?
Yeah, of course.
How much this raggedy bitch, and this is why I'm about to go in on all you Shannon Sharpes out there. And Lamont, as a seasoned man, I'm sure you can be frustrated that a mature man like Shannon Sharpe got duped by a 19-year-old white bitch for 50 million. Hold on, let me tell you why I say that.
Okay.
Less than 24 hours later, the bitch made a statement that said, "I'm retiring from OnlyFans." She made an announcement to her supporters that she is now going to retire from OnlyFans and is going to move on with her life. Of course you're retiring from OnlyFans, bitch. You got 50 million from this mother trucker.
Nicole, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me just keep this thing real with you.
Go.
Let me keep this thing real with you. The weakness forever in a day, from the beginning of time to the end of the day, for men is going to always be panty draws.
I know.
And women like that girl, she is not a good representation of the quality of women, because that same girl that got that money out of him is also the same girl in the gym showing every damn thing she got. But if you're not a rich enough man and you approach her, she's trying to say you're being harassing to her. And she had a consensual relationship with this man, and still basically said he harassed her and got $50 million out of it. When initially, Nicole, she only wanted like 11 million initially, and the ante got upped to $50 million. All I'm saying is, look, fellas, and I'm guilty of this, you have got to be very, very judicious with the ping. Very judicious. And honestly, probably stick to the sisters, if I can say that. But at the same time, I need these women that come to the gym dressed just like that to stop trying to pretend that everybody is fucking harassing you when you and nobody's saying that you should be touched. Nobody's saying you should be harassed. But you are seeking the attention when you're in there showing your ass. Like, we got to stop this shit now.
But Lamont,
and
yeah, go ahead.
Clearly, that's what she was doing, because not only did Shannon Sharpe meet her in the gym, but this chick had an OnlyFans selling it there too. Rest my case.
So a lot of what you said, I agree with. I mean, actually, I agree with most of it. I think I'm changing the messaging, and I'm going to be very real with you, and I hope you can keep it real. I do not have an ounce of sympathy for Shannon Sharpe. He is too effing old. The advice you gave, I think, is brilliant for young men, young teen men, men in their 20s, men who are not only athletes, men who are going to school to be doctors, attorneys, engineers, IT professionals. It don't matter. Bitches be trying to trick off men who are about it, whether you're an attorney, an IT professional, or a football player. So
or a YouTuber.
Or you clock it. So Lamont, what you said, you're fucking right. This is the issue I have. Shannon Sharpe is too goddamn old. I'm sorry, Lamont.
When you say too old, you mean because the chick was 21, wasn't she? Or was she 19 when they started?
19 when they met.
19. Okay.
Do you know what? Listen, I know that these girls now, some of them are looking older than what they are, but this bitch, and I've seen multiple photos of her, she looks young. Like, Lamont, let's keep it a buck. I've seen women who look older than their age, and I do give grace to men who get tricked by women who lie, because now we have the makeup is more advanced. I give grace to those men who get duped, but this chick, and again, I've seen multiple pictures of her, she looks like a child. And so that was my first issue with him. I'm not calling him a name, but I'm sorry, at his big ass age of 54 when he met her, I feel like if you're going to date a 19-year-old as a 54-year-old man, you would date a 16-year-old. I feel like 16 and 19 is just so in the same, it's just in the same little bracket to me. 22 and up, I might give a little more grace, but there's something about to me, if you're going to date a 19-year-old, you're going to date a 16-year-old. She just was giving me very childlike. Months ago, when they released their text messages and their voice notes, she sounded like a child. It made me feel very uncomfortable because I felt like, Shannon, you're old and you're manipulating. And I could tell he was manipulating her. And I'm not saying all men who date younger women do that. But I am saying, Lamont, when we say that stigma about older men like to manipulate younger women, Shannon was giving that. I actually, y'all know I'm a journalist. Hello. I read the text. I listened to the messages. He was manipulating her. So I have an issue with the age difference. 54 years old, you should not be getting played by a 19-year-old bitch at a 50 million. You are too old, Lamont. You are younger than him. You have a life of wisdom, Lamont. I'm not saying we're humans. I'm not saying we don't ever get caught up. But Lamont, as smart as you are, I do not see you getting duped like this by a 19-year-old child. I hope you wouldn't. Not with the pedigree that he has, not with the status that he has. You gotta move smart. You gotta move smarter.
The problem for me is I'm not attracted to something that looks that young.
Thank you.
I'm attracted to someone who looks young, but I'm not attracted to something that like she's younger than his daughter. And if my daughter is somewhere like half your age, that's just I don't want to have anything to do with that. But I will say this, in your argument, you have to say it's a two-way street because he got duped and he probably tried to manipulate her, which it sounds like he did, but she manipulated his pocketbooks while she was dating him, while she was letting him choke her out. I mean, that. I mean, she basically was selling her body, not just to him, but to OnlyFans too. She was selling that. She was selling that cat.
Let's not forget the race baiting. Oh, give me that big black monkey gravy.
Yeah.
Put a big baby in me.
Yeah. But Shannon Sharpe should have listened to Monique, but I guess by then it was too late.
It was too late. Way too late.
Way too late by then. But
I mean, in Lamont, the bitch played him, but we're not gonna lie, brother. Settling for 50 million, that does tell me that, Shannon, you did something wrong. There was something.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
The litigation, when they did all the attorney legal stuff, they found receipts, beloved. They found receipts that made you that incriminated you. And
they felt like, Nicole, either he was going to be criminally liable or he was going to be civilly liable for more money.
Okay.
And because, like I said, she asked him for 11 million and he said no up front. He was like, no. And then I don't know, she must got sex tapes. She must got she might got him on tape slapping her daddy or something and punching her daddy in the face. But something is on tape, or there's some evidence this girl got that made that man. That's half his ESPN contract. That's half his 5-year contract. If they bring him back to ESPN, burnt up just like that.
He did say, I think so. After the lawsuit, I guess it was a couple months ago, maybe. After the lawsuit, Sharpe announced that he was electing to step aside temporarily from his ESPN duties. He had stated, I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. Now, that was quoted before the settlement. Before I let you go, Lamont, do you think that now that the brother has settled for $50 million, do you think this will change the trajectory of his career in relationship with ESPN? How do you think, we got a couple months before football season. Do you think they're going to let it die down before making a decision? How do you think ESPN will react to this settlement?
I think they're going to bring him back because he has too big of a following. They're going to bring him back and look at what we got in the White House. For some reason, white people tend to want to let his ass get away with everything. So why not let a black man get away with something? I mean, if we keeping this thing 100, and I'm not saying that he's right, and I damn sure ain't saying Trump is right. Trump is fucking wrong and ain't paid yet. Never. And I need to live to see his ass pay for all his atrocities, not because his ass is a part of that sex ring And people tend to forget, yeah, there was sex going on with underage girls, and there was money being floated around. And I have a problem with that. And Trump knows it. I have a problem with you taking girls between the ages of 13 and younger than this bitch, and you're trafficking them for money. You're bringing out all these dignitaries to an island you bought that they know is for that. So having said all that, Nicole, that was my roundabout way saying if the country seems to be tolerant of a white guy who's 78 or however the hell old he is, they will certainly bring back a man like Shannon Sharpe, who is so popular in not just the Black community, but in white circles too.
Correct. I will say, Black people, we got to stop. And I'm not saying you are doing this, because I know you're not. You're more educated than that. I do need some of us Black people, especially some of the Black men, I need y'all to stop comparing yourselves to white men. I don't like when things happen and it's like, oh, well, if I was a white, we're not. We've never been. We've never had the same gameplay as them. We've never been able to play in the same playground. I don't want to hear when someone, and it typically happens when someone does something egregious. That's why I have an issue with it. Not that you were doing that. I know you weren't, but I just want to say, because some people might hear what you said and misinterpret. When it comes to acts of egregiousness, I do not like to hear when we say, oh, but if it was, because what it does, it minimizes the impact in the abuse of what was done. You know, I've seen it with Diddy. It's been it minimizes the egregious acts that said person did, right? We're never going to be in the same playing field. Now, of course, we know historically we do get punished harsher than them. That's a different conversation. I'm going to advocate for justice for us regardless. I don't think a young Black kid who has less than an ounce of weed on him should get 20. But that's not what I'm saying. But yeah,
but Nicole, that's where those comparisons come from, because at the end of the day, the justice and legal system is not just. And we know good and bad. I mean, for example, if Barack Obama would have said, grab him by the pussy, do you think he would have? Never. So it's a legitimate argument, but we've got to fix the turnbuckles that make that type of argument legit. And I'll get out of here on that. Great convo. Y'all like this sister. She does great work. Follow her on IG. Follow her on TikTok too, by the way.
Yes,
she
please.
does a good job.
Y'all
and go watch my last political video on the new channel that, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that came, thank you so much. In 4 weeks, y'all got me to 5,200 subscribers enjoying the political content on the new channel called Politics of Being Black. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please go jump over there. You'll see a whole lot more of me. And I'm out.
That's right. Bye, Lamont. Thank you, brother.
All right, sis. See you.
Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody from Lamont Tyson crew. Y'all already know, if y'all don't know, I'm one of the OG members of the Lamont Tyson crew. Okay, I'm one of the OG members. So if y'all are new to me, I'm Monique Nicole. I hope you guys like my vibe and my energy. If you're new, please subscribe. Please subscribe. I really like the vibe. That rhymed. I like the vibe tonight. I hope y'all liked my vibe. Please hit that like button, you guys. It's really an easy and free way to help support my channel. I'm trying to grow. I want to get to 2K subs. And then also make sure you hit the notification bell button. That way you will be notified whenever I drop new content. There's one more thing I want to talk about. It's less serious. We started out pretty heavy, talking about the passing, right, of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Then we talked about Shannon Sharpe paying that white bitch $50 million, which is asinine, but it's his fault. And I do want to talk about one more thing. I'm going to talk about Tyler Perry. It's not what y'all think. It's not a scandal. It's actually like a really good conversation just about life, family, and business. And I really want to get y'all's input. So Tyler Perry, who else was it? Kirk Franklin, Jeezy, and some other people did some type of fireside chat, if you will. And I want to bring it up because Tyler Perry mentioned about him having to fire a family member who was working for him at one point. So let's take a listen.
I have to bring along? How do I have to let some go? It's like nostalgia and family. How do y'all struggle with that tension?
I fired my aunt.
I feel it.
I fired my aunt. She said she wanted a job. She would always call asking for money. I'm like, okay, I was sending the money. I'm like, listen, I want to help you. I don't want to help you build this thing, not be welfare to you. So let me give you a job. She wasn't coming in, calling in all the time. I said, okay, well, you got to go. Because you want me to hand you the money, but you don't want to work for it. See, that doesn't work for me. And it's the same way with my son. Like, he's 10 years old. Like, there's certain things that he wants. He has to do chores and work for it.
Right.
I don't believe in giving us things that are just going to handicap us. That is the worst thing you can do. And I've had family members that I've done that to because my mother has asked me to. And when she passed away in 2009, I sent all of them letters saying, listen, you got 60 days to become gainfully employed because I'm not going to keep supporting you like this.
Are you serious?
100%. They all got jobs.
I have to bring along. How do I?
And I thought that was a really good conversation. And I just I don't know. I kind of wanted to talk about it. I hate Lamont had to go, but I'm so appreciative of the time that he gave me. We really had a good conversation. Y'all, replay crew, please. Me and Lamont had a really good conversation. Of course, we're honoring Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Then we were on that for a while, y'all. It was heavy, but such is life. Then we did get a little messy with Shannon Sharpe. Oh, hey, Monique. Hey, Boopy. Thanks for stopping by. Please, hashtag replay crew. I need you to catch the replay, hunty. Oreo. Y'all, I got a new cat. She's psychotic. But no, y'all, I feel like this is a deep conversation that could be had. And I kind of do want to have it with a panel, but it's okay. We'll just talk on our own. How do y'all feel about what Tyler Perry said? I feel like it was a valid reason because he said basically he was giving money to his aunt for X amount of time. And then he was like, well, I don't want to just keep giving you handouts. Why don't you just build from this? And why don't you come work for me? I will pay you, but I want you to come work for me. Why don't you, put some work in, sister? I'm going to give you the job, baby. Just show up and do your job. I'll take it. Shit. Because I know them checks was mighty nice coming from TP. But like he said, she was coming late. She was calling out all the time. She wasn't showing up. She wasn't reliable. She wasn't dependable. And he was like, bitch, you got to go. I love you, but you got to go. Hit the road, Jack. And bitch, you got 60 days to figure out your employment. I think that is fair. I think that is very fair. I think when you have it, do I want to say this? I'm the type of person, and maybe I have a big heart. I'm an empath. I feel like if I have it, I'm going to share it. If I have enough, I'm going to share it. So I'm not about to be the wealthy person in the family and not share it. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to let no motherfucker take advantage of me, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to help. And I think that's what Tyler Perry was doing. He was, okay, you're my aunt. I'm going to help you. Well, to be quite honest, first he was helping her by giving her money. And then he was like, well, come work for me. He did the right thing. And so I feel like when you're the person in your family that has it, right? When you are the person in the family who's the wealthiest, who makes the most money, who was the college graduate, I do know there's a lot of pressure that gets placed on you, off rip. And I bet it comes with a lot of negativity. Everybody got that hating ass relative in the family who probably oh, he think he all that, she thinks she all that, and it's just I really feel like Tyler Perry has proven that he's a person who does try to help people, who does try to give back. I will not. She is psychotic, Monique. She is really crazy. Yeah, I understand what he's saying too, sis. Family is the main ones who will take it. Clock it. Family do be the main ones. And I can, as I've gotten older, I really do feel for certain celebrities who I know are taking care of their family's bills and paying this and paying that and paying everybody's mortgage. I don't want to know what that pressure is like. And that's why it's just when Biggie said more money, more problems, don't get it twisted, y'all. We all gonna have problems. Oh my, y'all hear that noise? Guess who that is? It's not Simba. It's the psychopath. She throwing me off my game, Oreo. Shit, bitch, I'm about to cook. You know how Biggie said, more money, more problems. Don't get it twisted. We gonna have problems regardless in life. And I would rather be rich having these life problems. No question about it. But there is a reality of when you make more money, you're gonna have more problems. And it's just like, to me in life, you're gonna pay on the front end or the back end, but either way, you're gonna pay. Shout out to Funky Dineva. You're going to pay. So it's like, when you rich, you have the luxury of not having to stress about how you're going to eat. So it's gonna come with some shit. I would rather have rich people problems than the problems we have. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't take away from what they deal with. And I can't imagine the pressure that is placed on you when you are the wealthy relative. Even if you're not a celebrity, y'all, there are regular like civilians who are doing well for themselves. We have civilians who are attorneys and doctors and engineers and IT direct. You know, there are people who are making money that I know personally that do have to support their family, you know. So it's just like, I can imagine the stress that comes with, and then also the stress of like everybody wanting something from you. What do y'all think about working with family and friends in business? If y'all had a business, would you employ family and friends, or would it depend on the individual? Is it okay if you would employ family and friends? Say yes. If not, say hell no. I just know that they always say working with family and friends is like a big no-no. I understand why people say that, but I also see the beauty of like having a family member or a friend that you know one can do the job and is going to have your back and is trustworthy and is dependable. I feel like if you have, even if it's just one person in your friend group or one person in your family who you know you can depend on, who you know is going to get the job done, I say yeah. But like as a collective, like, no, I would not be hiring mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, like the whole family, bitch. Nah. Select people, yeah. Monique says yes, depends on who they are. Right. Clock it. I'm trying to see what some people in the comments are saying. People say family will always be the first to let you down, y'all. Oh, someone say he doesn't even believe in giving his son luxuries. What makes the family think he gonna give them everything? I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact that he's trying to humble his 10-year-old, for some people it sounds harsh, but actually no, because I feel like a 10-year-old, especially today, with the access that a 10-year-old has today is not the same access a 10-year-old had in 1995. Like, it's just not. Like, when I was 10, I wasn't worried about half these shit these kids are. Like, when I was 10, I was worried about watching Nickelodeon, watching Disney Channel, eating my my Frosted Flakes, going outside to play red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, hide and go seek. Like, that's what I was worried about at 10. So I can't imagine now raising a 10-year-old in today's society, all the exposure they have, all the, you know, social media and the games and the this and the that and the, oh my God, this person has this pair of shoes. And it's not to say we didn't deal with that growing up, but it's just like, it's not the same. So I can see why Tyler Perry's like, yeah, my baby is 10 and he is fucking gonna be humbled. You want some money? Wash them dishes. I think it's very important. And I do think someone like Tyler Perry, he's probably, I hope he does it like gracefully with balance, because I can understand someone like Tyler Perry. I feel like he's going to probably have a trouble. Like he's going to have to find a good balance, right? Because he came from humble beginnings. He had a very, very, really tough, traumatic childhood, was homeless, adolescent years home. He's been through so much. So of course, even though he's been rich for like damn 15 years now, TP still obviously has that humbleness in him, and he is never going to forget where he started. So I commend him for raising his child the way he is, but I just want to make sure it's a nice balance, right? I can tell you one thing, baby. His son gonna be a hard worker, baby. But Tyler Perry gonna make sure his son work for everything he got. He ain't gonna let up. That's why I'm like, TP, don't be too hard on the boy. Because for real, on some real shit, imagine being Tyler Perry's child. Do you know the pressure? Do you know the fucking pressure his son's gonna have when he gets older? He's going to have some major shoes to fill. So I really hope, sorry, y'all. I should be a therapist. Look at me. I'm already diving into the psychology of the shit. I'm just saying, I'm sure he's going to be a hard worker. William said, hell no. Well, you said hell no, right? No relatives, no friends. Percy, he said, salute to Lamont. Okay, Percy. I have not met someone named Percy in a long. Percy is such an old school name, but I mean that in the best way. Like, I feel like, oh my God, bro, I have not heard of a Percy in like 25 years. That is insane. I love your name. Percy Bedford. You have like a celebrity name. You sound like you somebody famous. TP, watch those child labor laws. Right, bitch. TP gonna have that little nigga writing scripts for him by the age of 15. TP gonna have that little nigga on set. Like, all right, get to work. I'm gonna have you start from the bottom. Like, I already know he gonna have his son start from the bottom. He gonna probably have him come on set. All right, one day I'm gonna have you shadow craft services. This is the craft services department. This is where they get their food. Okay, I'm gonna have you be a entry level production assistant. You're gonna be a PA. Sometimes you got PA1, PA2. Like, he gonna have his little son work the whole production set. I mean, started from the bottom. I can see it. Y'all, these cats. Who the fuck told me to get 2 cats? Not 2, but an additional cat. Anyway, y'all know I'm ADD. Hold on. I'm ADD. Hold on. Focus, Monique. Focus. William says they will be the ones to bring you down the most and won't be accountable. Ooh, clock it, William. And it's just so like, y'all, like, bro, why is family so just like, why are families so dysfunctional? God, damn, families can be so fucking dysfunctional. I mean, people are dysfunctional, right? Percy Bedford. He said, I'm 49 from Texas. So yes, old school. My dad and grandfather also when I tell you I'm like going up for your name, like I am like in love. Percy. I have not heard of Percy in so long. I love your name. What part of Texas? You born and raised in Texas? I love that. Your dad and your grandpa have the same name. That is beautiful. I know that's right. Legacy. Hey, Shayna Boo. You late to the party, sister. I'm going to need you to catch that replay. Now, it was a little sad. I ain't going to lie to you, sister. The first 40 minutes was very sad. We was talking about the tragic passing of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Lamont came on. So it was nice. Then we got messy. And then we was talking about Shannon Sharpe and how he paid that white heifer $50 million for giving him that big black grave, so just to give y'all a little, are you trying to make kittens over there? Hell no, Monique, 69 ways. Ain't gonna be no 69 in this house unless it's me. Did I say that? Who said that? Who said that? No, Simba is fixed. Simba been fixed 4 years ago. Now, Oreo, and I would pick her up and show y'all, but she's a psychopath. She won't let me pick her up. So, I have to get her fixed eventually. But ain't gonna be no baby making up in this. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They're really like brother and sister. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Oreo is a psychopath, but I love her. And Simba, y'all, Simba is really a big brother, y'all. Like Simba is a brother. Like he really is embracing her. The first 2 days were a little rough because, like I said, Oreo is on bath salts. So the first couple days, Simba was like, "What the? Who is this crackhead in my like?" You know, Simba had to get because Simba is a very calm cat. He has his little crazy cat moments, but Simba is chill. Oreo is on bath salts. Anyway, random tangent. What were we talking about? We were talking about families, how fucked up families are. And then Percy, I love this name, Percy Bedford. Born and raised in Austin, Texas. I've never been to Austin, so I've only been to Houston. I've been to Houston twice. I need to come back. I really want to go to Dallas. But I've never been to Austin. How do you feel about Austin? Are there Black people in Austin? I don't know. But that's what's up, Percy. I love your name. All right, what else are we talking about? What else are we talking about? Besides everybody's family, low-key, got some shit going on. Let me see what else they said about Tyler Perry. Y'all, let me just tell y'all a little joke because y'all know I like to talk to y'all freely. So Tyler Perry had an event a couple weeks ago. Of course, I got invited last minute from a friend of a friend, bitch. I couldn't even go. He had that new Medea. I think he has that new Medea movie coming out. So he had a premiere. He had a premiere in Atlanta, bitch. When I tell y'all, because y'all know the scandal stuff is happening with him, okay? We know what's going on. My friend was there. Baby, she recorded Tyler Perry. Baby, when I tell you that man, Tyler was like waved to the media and press. It was like, hi, bye, bitch. His publicist got him the fuck out. When I tell you, Tyler Perry did his little 1-2. I think he took a couple photos, but baby, he was doing no interviews, baby. It was no interviews. Photos only. Keep it cute. Hi, thanks for coming. Hope you like the movie. Bye-bye, baby. TP got his ass the fuck out of here, baby. He said no interviews, bitch, because y'all are not about to get caught me slipping, asking me about no goddamn lawsuit. I'm trying to see if my friend posted it. Like, what? Okay, let's have some real kitchen table talk. What do y'all think gonna happen with Tyler Perry with this white boy? Nothing. It's giving very much so nothing is going to happen. I'm gonna be very honest. The Black community is very loyal to Tyler Perry. Yes, we criticize him, but don't get it twisted. Black people love Tyler Perry. Black people love Tyler Perry. And I just feel like I'm gonna be honest. I know it's effed up. I don't make the rules. I feel like because it was a white boy, I feel like the public in the Black community, we were already kind of rolling our eyes like we're not about to cancel Tyler Perry for some damn white boy. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like on top of that, me not even being biased, because y'all know I pride myself on being an entertainment journalist. Hello, for the past 5 years. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. When I read the messages and all of that, like, yeah, TP was flirting, but I just feel like the dude, the other actor, he wasn't shutting TP down. There was nothing in the text that was really like, I'm uncomfortable, please stop. It was just like, he was kind of going along with it. So I feel like that already creates I feel like if you're going to do a lawsuit of that magnitude against somebody, I feel like there needs to be some type of verbiage or documented proof of you saying, hey, please stop. You're making me feel uncomfortable. Or, hey, I just want to be friends. And I get it. TP is powerful. The other boys probably like, I don't want to like ruffle any feathers. But nigga, you could have just been like, hey, like, I love you, man. I look up to you as like a mentor and a friend, and I really just want to maintain our friendship. Like, I think you're amazing, but I just don't want to cross that line. Simple. I don't know, y'all. I just know Black people, we not about to we not about to give up Tyler Perry off of no. We just not. Now, that don't mean I don't believe something happened. It's just like, I know how Black people are. I'm sorry. Black people love y'all niggas love Tyler Perry. I do too. Y'all see how y'all be talking shit about his stuff, and every time you look up, his shit be number one, right? His shit be number one, no matter how bad or good you think it is. That bitch be number one. Y'all niggas made a Fall from Grace. I would never forgive y'all in 2020 for making a Fall for Grace top 5 on Netflix, bitch. Y'all ran the numbers up for Mia Coppola. Y'all ran the numbers up for all the other ones. Tyler Perry's not losing his fan base. He's not losing his fan base. I know he better be careful. Now, I will say this, and I hate this term about like money grabs and stuff like that, because I really do not like that term. It's become a really like derogatory term for like people who really are victims. But there are always some, right, who spoil it for everybody else. And when I covered this with Lamont, shout out to Lamont Tyson, when I covered this with him, a month ago, I told him on our live, I said, Lamont, suing for $260 million is an egregious amount. Like, there's people who have endured more and is suing for less. I already told him, I said 260 was asinine. And from a strictly objective, even like legal standpoint, I felt like the amount screamed money grab. And again, I hate that word because it's become very derogatory. It's even used against real victims. But this white boy was trying to sue TP for 206. It's just an asinine. Goddamn, it's an asinine amount. But Shannon Sharpe just paid the white bitch $50 million. Shannon Sharpe paid that white bitch, the OnlyFans chick, $50 million. And that white boy was asking TP for $260 million. Do you know how fucking crazy that? $260 million. He wasn't even trying to be discreet. Nigga, you couldn't ask for a $5 million, $10 million, 260. Y'all, please be for fucking real. Yes, there are Black people in Austin. Silicon Valley came to the city back in 93, turned it into a text. Okay, you better give me a history lesson. Celebrities live in. Okay, boo. Okay, Percy. Now, Percy, I've been showing you a lot of love, Percy. Can you please make sure you subscribe to my channel because you like the vibe? Okay. Thanks, Percy, for my little educational lesson. I might have to come to Austin, honey. Monique said, I skipped Fall from Grace, but definitely watch me. Girl, we all watch Mia Coppola now. We all, for obvious reasons. We were like, yeah, we're going to watch that shit. But listen, y'all catch my drift, though. Y'all acting real quiet in the comments. What do y'all think about this TP thing with the lawsuit? What do y'all think? Give me something. Y'all are very quiet. Very quiet. I'm about to log off in a minute, y'all. My throat is hurting. I've definitely overused it. Y'all know I'm still recovering. I've been sick for a week. I just got new medication on Saturday. I'm trying to get my life together. It's been a hot ass mess. Anyway, my throat hurts. I think I'm gonna log off. Y'all, I'm behind on so much content because again, I was sick. If y'all missed it, me and some pretty dope YouTubers had a panel interview with the actor Terry Allen, aka Duffy, from BMF. Okay. It was a dope ass interview with a dope ass panel. It was me. It was Shayna. It was PG, Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. It was Brillo, the big review. And it was Tiffany from The Spot, Real Talk. So y'all please make sure y'all check that out on the replay if y'all have not already. I need the numbers to run up because the numbers are looking very pathetic and pitiful. I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know if YouTube is effing with my algorithm. I don't know. They're trying to hold me back, shouting. But the math ain't mathing. So I need y'all to run them numbers up, especially if you watch BMF. You have no reason to not watch my video, bro. This was an interview with Duffy. Okay. So make sure y'all check that out. Again, replay crew, if y'all did not catch the beginning of this video, please just go back, watch a few minutes of it. It was sad, but me and Lamont had a real very intellectual and heart-to-heart conversation, not only honoring Malcolm-Jamal Warner, but we talked a lot about life and death. We also talked about how Black people, we need to get our shit together and start having tough conversations with our loved ones about retirement, life insurance, funeral arrangements, things like that. You know, tomorrow is not promised to any of us. I mean, Malcolm-Jamal Warner literally died in a freak accident. He was literally on vacation with his family, with his wife and daughter. Literally on vacation. It's so chilling. It's just so chilling what happened. It was emotional. I cried. Y'all know I always fucking cry. Y'all know I'm an emotional gangster. I was crying, but it was just me and Lamont had a really good conversation. So definitely check that out. And then, like I said, we did get a little messy with Shannon Sharpe. Let me put this nigga on 20. What that bitch say? 20K per cheek. What she say? 15 per cheek? What she say? 20K per cheek, bitch. Your booty cheeks ain't even worth no 20K per cheek, bitch. Shannon motherfucker. You know what? I want to go so in on fucking Shannon Sharpe. You dumb fucking nigga. You let some 19-year-old Punani trick your ass out of 50 million? The bitch looks like a child. Like, man, there's so many other bad bitches out there that deserve 25K per cheek, and that bitch ain't one. And it's not just because she's white. I have met some way prettier white girls than this. Like 25K per cheek. Bitch. 25K per cheek. Shannon, you too fucking old, nigga. Shannon is supposed to be teaching the young cats, the young NFL players coming up in the game, the young athletes coming up. He's supposed to be teaching them. He's supposed to be educating them. He's supposed to be giving them game. And you let this OnlyFans bitch 25K per cheek. Oh yeah, give me that big black gravy. Give me that big black gravy. I want you to put some big black babies inside. Nigga, what? All for the bitch to accuse you of you know what. And like me and Lamont were saying, from a legal standpoint, please understand, for Shannon to settle for 50 million, I need you guys to understand, when they were doing litigations and stuff, they found some dirt on that nigga. That bitch, that white bitch, she had some receipts, proof, timeline, evidence, everything. She had it. Because it wouldn't have been no fucking 50 mil. He first offered the bitch, no. She first tried to get 11 million out of him. He said no. And that's where these niggas be fucking up. Especially if you were a nigga like Shannon Sharpe. Listen, it's one thing if you are completely innocent and a bitch is trying to take advantage of you. That's different. Fight against it. But nigga, if you know you fucked up and there's even a slither of evidence that could put you, I bet you this nigga wish he gave that bitch 11 million. I bet you he wished he gave that bitch 11 million. Nigga, you gave that bitch 50 million. Now you should have fucking gave her the 11 million when she fucking asked. I need y'all to understand, take your bias out of it from a legal standpoint. His lawyers told him, nigga, this ain't looking good. That bitch got receipts. She probably had video footage. She had voice notes. The bitch had voicemails. The bitch had text messages. She had for him to settle for 50 million, she had something on him. Shannon is not innocent, beloved. I don't want all y'all, some of y'all delusional. They trying to take out a black man. They want to take out a black man. Well, bitch, you should have thought about taking out a black man before you offered to give that bitch your big black gravy. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing about no black man bullshit. You fucked up. Take the O, take the lesson, and move on. The black community, we're not canceling Shannon. We still love Shannon. You fucked up. I'm looking at you sideways, Unc. I'm looking at you sideways, Unc. But you ain't getting canceled. Not by us. Now, ESPN, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think ESPN gonna take them back. I think they're gonna let the dust settle a little bit. Shannon said he hopes to return by the beginning of football season. We got a couple more months till football season. I think it's going to be water under the bridge. But I hope it's a lesson learned. And I hope all the other ninjas in his vicinity learn. Chaz, that's what happens when you think you're bigger than the program. Start high and settle for something doable. Baby, 25K per cheek. He brought this on himself. Exactly. Show me the money. Like, nigga, 50 million. Bitch, niggas are nigga. So white and plain, baby. She ain't got no seasoning. You couldn't get you a little Latin chick. You couldn't get you a little Puerto Rican. You couldn't get you a little Puerto Rican. You couldn't get you a little Latin spice at least. You couldn't get you one of them Brazilian bitches. You couldn't get no like Bernice or something. A BBW. I mean, get some. Not that Bernice is a BBW, but you know what I'm saying. You couldn't get no one of them little black Instagram models. I mean, shit. You got a child, a 19-year-old, a baby, a bitch younger than your kids. Ooh, and like way younger, bitch, way younger. She's giving plain saltine crackers. She is giving plain saltine crackers with no type of cheese on it, no type of charcuterie, no type of salami on. She ain't giving nothing, child. She just giving plain saltine crackers. Child, she giving plain saltine crackers with nothing on top of it. No cheese, no meat, no little sauce. I hope it was worth it. Did you give her the big black gravy? I guess not, right? Because she ain't pregnant, so thank God. Listen, y'all. I have cut up enough on here. I need to get the fuck off. I need to eat something. I need to drink some tea and pray that my voice is not gone tomorrow. But I love you guys. Tonight was so much fun. It started out very sad and very tragic. We're going to be talking about Malcolm-Jamal Warner for probably a few more days. Like it just very, I mean, tragic, shocking, unexpected, out of this world. Doesn't make sense, y'all. Life is there's a quote I saw. I want to end with this because I don't want to say the traditional life is short. We know that, and I think because we hear it often, we kind of ignore it, which is true. I do want to say this. I saw this earlier. Life is fleeting and so very precious. May God continue to keep and be with us, y'all. When I tell y'all life is precious, like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like as I get older, I do think more about my own mortality and the people around me, and it's sad. Like, I wish we all could live a long life, and it was just, you just don't know. Every day when we leave our house every day, y'all, it's a blessing. Y'all think I'm playing, baby. When I leave my house and come back home, I be thanking God. It may not be every day, but I'm telling you, a few days out the week, I'll be like, God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for getting me back home safe. The biggest blessing we take for granted is leaving our home and returning back safely. Even when we travel, I always pray to God for protection. Just like, you just don't know what's going to happen. And the fact that this man was doing something so innocent as a family vacation with his wife and his child, I just, whoo, y'all, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I will say this, like I said, I shared my own story of how I nearly drowned many years ago. I'm just telling you, even if you can swim, y'all, when it comes to going to the beach in the ocean, please don't go out far. I don't care if you in fucking Miami, the Bahamas, Jamaica, DR, I don't care where it is. When it comes to them ocean waters, don't go too far out, because those currents is so scary. It's like, it's very scary. It's very scary. God. Anyway, y'all. Awesome video, awesome live. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate every single person that tuned in. If you're new and you like the vibe, make sure you subscribe, honey. And if you want to keep up with me on a personal tip, follow me on Instagram, Boopy. It's at the bottom, _Monique_Nicole. Okay. I'll be back this week, probably tomorrow, because I got a lot of shit to talk about. We got to talk about Housewives of Atlanta. I want to do a deep dive on Love Island and how fucking toxic the shit got and how racist the fans are. I got some stuff to talk about, but definitely top of my list this week is Housewives of Atlanta and Love Island. Again, subscribe, like the video, and turn on your notification bell button. That way you are notified whenever I drop new content. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Be safe. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.